Hey everybody, George Moorhead, Bentley Properties, and here we go, the third installment today. Today, or at least this part, is going to be the real estate market update. Now, remember to subscribe, okay? So we had a great interview with Dan Golden with Cornerstone Lending regarding mortgage rates, where we expect things to go, what we're anticipating, over the next few months. And we talked about the forbearance program or the deferral program, depending on what terminology your lender is using, and how to, best navigate that process. So if you're looking at a refinance, or maybe it's just time to purchase, it allows you basically that plan, what to do, gives you the steps to follow. Make sure you watch those. During those, we also have 5 questions to ask when getting quoted mortgage rates. Make sure you are paying attention to that, because you're seeing a lot of advertising on different rates. I saw a rate being advertised at 2.5%. And when you look at it, hey, you can't have a loan balance more than $350,000. And you have to have a credit score over 760. It had some really crazy criteria. And these are things you need to know. So subscribe. It's free. Subscribe. Hit the bell so you're alerted when we're doing our updates, because it helps you to save money, helps your friends save money. That's what this is all about. If you have questions, post them. We get back to you in about 30 minutes. And Dan, I guess, does a little bit better than me, which is even better. So let's hit the market. Let's see what's going on with October. Are we tanking? Are we taking flight? Let's go over that. So first, we're going to look at the year over year. So our inventory, so last week, for those of you that weren't here last week, our inventories actually dropped down. Why? Well, because our pended are still outperforming number of homes coming on market. Today's the first day on our 7-day running average that I've seen it above 1,000. It's been sub 1,000, it's been 900, 800, 700. About 780, I think, was the lowest that I saw during the week. It bumped up a little bit. Friday is still a very big day. Yes, I understand 7-day running average, should be seeing similar numbers, but the reality is that we don't, and we see reduced numbers until we hit that Friday big number again, big list day type of thing. All right, so 1.9% less inventory. We're still drawing down inventory, even though we have 9.3% more homes coming on market than we did year over year. So remember, we're talking about, year to date of 2020 to year to date of 2021. And today is the 16th, so technically, the middle of the month. All right. Pended is up 8.4%, and we're still up on solds year over year of 15.6%, which is a really good number. Yes, we've been kind of chinking down a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, we were at 16%. Yeah, we keep chinking down a little bit, only because our inventory is just absolutely struggling to keep up. And that's why you'll see these numbers very close to each other, every single week, because, when you have such a few number of homes. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the show or whatnot, understand we have 7 days of inventory, 7 days. In some areas, we have 10 days. A healthy market average inventory should be 4 months to 6 months. We're at 7 days, 7 to 10 days. That is if the seller stopped putting homes on the market, we'd be good for 1 week. Boop, we'd be done. Whereas we should have 4 to 6 months. That's a balanced market, to show you how far down our inventory level is. And as you can see here, consistently drawing down more homes than coming on market. I mean, we had 1,919, almost 2,000 homes come off market versus 1,305 that came on market. That doesn't include the 1,490 that closed. I mean, we have new ownership. All right. When we take a look at it month over month, per year, meaning looking at October 2020 versus October 2021. We're in the middle of the month. This is going to give us a good indication where we're at. So again, inventory is down 1.9%. That's a given. New on market is actually down 8.1% months for the same time period, same month, year over year. up 9% and down 13.8. This one I'm surprised it's not lower because this number is absolutely struggling for October. I know that this year has been more of our traditional seasonal year, okay? Meaning that, we saw our just before, like mid-May to June, we saw that slow down. We felt that, whereas last year we didn't. But yet the year before we did. So it's funny how after a year we forget. And then of course that typical summer slowdown, and then, after the July 4th weekend, boop, we picked back up again. And so we saw a nice, bit of activity until when? Yes, middle of September. Why? Actually, it's middle of August, I should say. Middle of August, we slowed down. Last minute vacations, kids getting back in school, that whole dynamic changing, and people getting ready for fall. Buying a home wasn't top priority. Normal seasonal slowdown. Then, towards the end of September, October, boop, we've taken back off again. Are we seeing multiple offers again? Yeah. We wrote 13 offers last week alone, and there were multiple, every single one had multiple offers, every single one. And not just one or two, but 5 to 7 to 10 buyers competing for that home. Hey, listen, understand, when you take a look at the number of homes available versus the number of buyers, that is a real struggle, and it is building frustration. I absolutely get that. However, perseverance and understanding some of the market trends we'll go over here in a little bit will be massively helpful, both for buyers and sellers, all right? So, 3 things to keep in mind. When you take a look at mortgage rates right now are going to be bobbling. They're going to be going up and down a lot. Why? There's a lot of volatility. Watch the video this morning with Dan Golden with Cornerstone Lending. We're going to talk, and we go over why. But you're going to see a lot of mortgage interest rate volatility, liquidity in foreclosures. Now you're going to start hearing some reports that foreclosures are on the rise. Okay, well, they have to because they were held off. They weren't allowed to happen before. So now that they're being the foreclosures that were pending are now able to actually process. All right. And so you are going to see an increase in foreclosures year over year. Yeah, there were 0 before. So anything, 1 is even more than what we had last year. So understand that's going to happen. But here's the but. And this is where this information is so much more valuable than all the other garbage that you're hearing. I shouldn't say garbage. That's not nice to say. All the other bits of information, people giving you the doom and gloom and foreclosures and our market's going to crash. Well, that was supposed to happen already like a couple of months consecutively. Understand, A, we have liquidity. We have liquidity in homes. It's totally different than it was in 2008. We have equity now. Back then, the market was going down. The people were losing value. They were chasing the tidy bowl, man, down the toilet. Now, we actually have equity, so people can put their home on the market, even if they are in default, and they can get their home sold and make money because our values. Heck, since 2019, we've seen on average about a 33% appreciation. People should be okay. So we're going to see fewer of those being an issue. Sure, there's going to be the occasional foreclosure. That's a given. Okay? It's not going to go down to 0, although it pretty much should. But hey, you know what? If you have that opportunity and you are in default or in a foreclosure situation, hey, feel free to give us a call. No strings attached. Get on the market. Okay? Don't let the bank take your home away. You have your equity. Utilize that equity. There's a few strategic reasons why you wouldn't, but those are very few and far between. Anyway, moving on. Appraisals. We have had some questions that folks have said, hey, George, we read this report that nationwide 12% of transactions are failing because of low appraisals. Well, I was asking Dan, I meant to ask him on the video. I asked him in advance, but just to let you guys know, he nor I nor the other 8 people that I questioned today, I should say question, that's kind of bad. Nobody has seen this issue. The appraisers in our area have had a year to prepare for some of our escalated amounts, and we haven't run into many issues. Sure, there's going to be a one-off, But we're not seeing that as an issue here because our appreciation and everything else has continued. We've seen about 1% per month this year, and most of the appraisers that we are seeing are right on target with that. And if they've had questions, they ask us, and we provide them the information and whatnot, and we've not seen issues. Now, are they being conservative? Sure. Is it their job to be conservative? Yes. Should they be conservative? Absolutely. However, they're also being reasonable based on what the market is saying, meaning an arm's length transaction between a buyer and a seller. That is who creates market value. Remember, an appraiser does not create market value, okay? Just to let you know. All right. When we talk about mortgage rates, right now we're at 3.25 with no points. That's been pretty consistent the last couple of weeks. We actually saw it bubble up and bubble back down and settled out at 3.25%. Still absolutely amazing. If you're at 3.75 or greater, you might want to take a look at a refinance, depending on how long you're going to be in your home. If you're going to be in there 5, 7, or 10 years or less, an ARM would be advantageous because you'll save between 0.5 and 0.75%. That translates into real dollars. Okay. Non-owner occupied, 3.75%. They are trending and will be trending in an upward trend. It's a little flat-ish. See, that's not going up. It's kind of flat and going up. It's kind of hard to show that, but anyway, I can always explain it. All right. If you have any questions, again, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Ask questions. Ring the bell. And, by subscribing, you tell us that you really like the information and it's helpful. And you know what? Maybe you could just tell us that. Was it helpful? Oh, last week, nobody got the answer right. I can't tell you how many calls I had last week when, for the donation. We are doing our Seattle Children's Hospital donation. The answer, what is the #1 upgrade that is being made nationwide that is being tagged? And so you ready for this one? Master bathroom showers. And the rain shower and body spas, #1. Go figure. I really love them. But anyway, they're a lot of fun. That just means people are going to stay in the shower a lot longer, I guess. Not a bad idea. Anyway, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, post them, subscribe, and let us know what you think. In the meantime, have an absolutely fabulous day. Stay dry. It's a little wet out there right now. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.